I had an inkling it was cancer all along, but it's like, you know, you don't express that because you don't, I guess, want to say what they call the C word.
Living with someone with cancer, you learn to appreciate everything a little bit more. You kind of, I don't know, life kind of just flies by and it just kind of makes you think back and remember the good times, remember the times you just had yesterday.
It's the thing that you just wouldn't wish on anybody.
I'm always willing to put something aside for my mom because she means the world to me.
My first thought was, you know, my mom's been here my entire life. She's not going to be going anywhere.
I'm from Dubuque. I met my husband when he came to town to work as a pharmacist. I was a pharmacy technician at the store he came to.
We got married in '87.
Cassandra is at Iowa doing a master's program in public health. Stephen is 21 and he is at UD working for elementary education. And Kevin is also at UD and he is 19 and he's doing elementary education also. A lot has happened in 4 years. I was told on a Thursday, November 13th of 2008.
When he called back with the results, he just said that you need to come in and see me. And Karen right away said, well, I presume it's cancerous then. And he said, you would have presumed correctly.
Actually, my particular breast cancer, there is no lump. So it was just more, I noticed on my breast that it was discolored and it had like an orange peel feel to it.
When we found out she had cancer and stuff, the first thing she said to me was if I was going to stick around and everything, because she made a comment, you know, that it's going to be tough. And I looked at her and I said, you know, I'm in here for everything.
Things were going smoothly. I had been out of treatment for a year, and that was in June of 2010, and that's when we found out that the cancer had metastasized.
It's just kind of surreal. It's like an out-of-body experience. You just kind of watch your family sit there and grieve again.
It's just a very aggressive, it's a rare one. It accounts for 1 to 3% of the breast cancers out there. We just have always been very open with our children about it through the various phases that we have had to go through over the 4 years.
To tell your children that, you know, that their mother has a disease or whatever that's probably going to kill her. So yeah, that's a really tough thing.
And I remember when she was first telling us, my brother broke down, my dad was already breaking down, she was breaking down, and I was just stone-faced because I didn't know how to take it.
They said, we're just gonna come up and visit. I was like, oh yay, that's good, that's great. And then we went out to eat, and afterwards in the vehicle, when I figured it was about time for them to go home, that's when they told me. It was a big surprise.
I was 18, but I felt like I was 12. I felt like I was 10. I felt like I was 8. I just felt like I'm nobody without her. And that's when it started to set in.
It's just hard on me knowing, you know, what I'm going through has affected them, you know, that they kind of lost part of their childhood. I lost all my hair, and the neuropathy is getting worse, and that is.
She said like having your hands soaked with water and you get that, feeling of the tingling, the burning and stuff.
My feet and toes are doing that somewhat.
Just taking a step up a curb is difficult. I mean, it's rough to see such a quick decline instead of a natural, slow progressive kind of decline.
My idea of what I need to do is just to, make her life as easy as possible and stuff.
He's like super dad. I mean, he just does everything.
He's just devoted so much of his time for her and for us. It's not just, he is hands down the dad of the year, dad of the century, dad of the millennium.
He's been great, and he's been so strong throughout all of this too. It's just, I can't even imagine how hard this is for him.
He's my rock. I said he's been there. You have your good days, you have your bad days. There's always going to be them, but it's a lot more good days. I have been stamping, probably a good 12 years or so. Yeah, I make cards and just different things. I always said it was my stress release. I'm going to use markers and just color in what I want on the stamp instead for this particular one that I'm doing. It's just getting a little harder for me to do with the neuropathy in my hands to crank it in that, and I've been working on my Christmas cards since May when I started this chemo, knowing that the neuropathy was going to, take effect more than likely, because that was the most common side effect. I've always liked the crafts. Our Relay for Life team is this Cookie Didn't Crumble, because my nickname is Cookie.
It's like a set time and everything. It's probably the toughest one, I guess.
And it came without warning to my husband. I just kind of looked at him. I said, we've never wanted to know this. And Larry said, I know exactly what you're going to ask.
Originally we were told November, and I dreaded November. I didn't want my birthday to come, because then that meant it was October. It was just getting so much closer. You hear of a time when the end is coming, and I was so mad, because it's the one time when you don't want time to fly at all, and it's probably gone the fastest it's ever gone.
6 months to a year is a big thing. And it's just amazing how quickly time goes.
The 25 showing. I've bucked the odds once of someone making it to 18 months with this particular breast cancer. So to make it 4 years, I've always said I'm the lucky one. So, we just go day by day.
So proud of her. With just making her 4-year anniversary, and this particular disease is really a testament to how tough she is.
You will always, even when you're not here, be leading us no matter where you are.
God has not promised skies always blue, flower-strewn pathways all our lives through.
God has not promised sun without rain, joy without sorrow, peace without pain.
But God has promised strength for the day, rest for the labor,
Light for the way, grace for the trials, help from above.
Unfailing sympathy, undying love.
Undying love.
undying love.
Undying love.
Undying love.